सम्यक् समाधिनिरतैर्विमलान्तरङ्गे साक्षादवेक्ष्य निजतत्त्वमपारसौख्यम् सन्तुष्यते परमहंसकुलैरजस्रम् यद्ब्रह्म तत्त्वमसि केवलबोधमात्रम्।
नमः परमऋषिभ्यो नमः परमऋषिभ्यः। हरिः ओम्। उपासकानां यदुपासनीयम् उपात्तवासं वटशाखिमूले तद्धाम दाक्षिण्यजुषा स्वमूर्त्या जागर्तु चित्ते मम बोधरूपम् अद्राक्षम् अक्षीणदयानिधानम् आचार्यम् आद्यं वटमूलभागे मौनेन मन्दस्मितभूषितेन महर्षिलोकस्य तमोनुदन्तं विद्राविताशेषतमोगणेन मुद्राविशेषेण मुहुर्मुनीनां निरस्य मायां दयया विधत्ते देवो महान् तत्त्वमसीति बोधम्। ममाद्यदेवो वटमूलवासी कृपाविशेषात् कृतसन्निधानः ओङ्काररूपाम् उपदिश्य विद्याम् आविद्यगध्वान्तमपाकरोतु। वेदान्तार्थविभासकाय यतये शान्ताय सन्न्यासिने नानावादिनगेन्द्रसङ्घपवये योगीन्द्रवन्द्याय च मोहध्वान्तदिवाकराय भगवत्पादाभिधां बिभ्रते तस्मै भाष्यकृते नमोऽस्तु सततं। पूर्णाय बोधात्मने अपारसच्चित्सुखवारिराशेः यस्योर्मिमात्रं भुवनं समस्तं गुहाहितं तं रमणं गभीरं चिन्ताविहीनं हृदि चिन्तयामि। देहं मृण्मयवज्जडात्मकमहं बुद्धिर्न तस्यास्त्यतो नाहं तत्तदभावसुप्तिसमये सिद्धात्मसद्भावतः। कोऽहं भावयुतः कुतो वरधिया दृष्ट्वात्मनिष्ठात्मनां सोऽहं स्फूर्तितया अरुणाचलशिवः पूर्णो विभाति स्वयं। योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांशहस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीनि प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। As the part of our Chaturmasya Swadhyaya Yajna, we have been contemplating on Sankaracharya's life and teachings. We have reached almost the 54th chapter there. This chapter begins with a small shloka. Satsu sangamo nija vicharanam suyate tatha bhaktihi achyuta. When one gets contact with saints, or jnanis, those who have the jnanam. From that, the power to do Atma Vichara arises. Nija Vicharanam. When the power to do Atma Vichara, Atma Dhyana awakens within, along with that, Bhakti also comes. Bhakti comes as an Upar Shakti. Along with Jnanam, Bhakti naturally follows. So, Achyuta Bhakti means Bhakti without any interruption, incessant Bhakti, pure Bhakti. So, Atma Vicharam, Nija Vicharam. For Nija Vichara, Atma Vichara to awaken, purpose of life is Nija Vichara. In Śivānandalaharī, Sankaracharya calls it as Nija Bhajanam, worship of the Nija Vastu, Atma Vastu, self. Life without Atma Vichara, life without Bhagavad Bhakti, it becomes a waste. Asare samsare Nija Bhajana dure jadadhyam Brahmantam mam andham parama kripaya patum uchitam Madanyah ko deenah Tava kripana rakshati nipunah tvadanyah ko vame trijagati sharanyaha pashupate. Even Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi selected some verses from Śivānandalaharī. Those who can enjoy chanting Sanskrit Shlokas, Sanskrit verses, they have to study Śivānandalaharī. It is without a doubt one of the most beautiful work of Sankaracharya. Very mellifluous, very melodious. So there, Bhagavad Pada says, this samsara means what? Only life. With life without knowledge is samsara. The moment knowledge comes, samsara ceases. Life will be same. You will be eating, drinking, sleeping, working. All things will be happening. But if there is jnanam, no samsara. Jnate tattve kaha samsaraha. As Sankaracharya says, Shushke neere kaha kasaraha. If there is no water, how can you call it a lake? There is Samudram eri here. Samudram means it is sea. So the eri means lake. The lake is called Samudram eri. Many people go there for a walk. You know how that was made? There was one small chieftain here. Of course, he will be called as king. And his wife, queen, she wanted to see sea. So, he could not take her to Chennai and show her sea there. So, he could not take her to seashore. So, he made a sea. And that is this lake, Samudram area. Very big, very huge. Now, so much rain is happening here and it is always full, or at least good amount of water is there. But formerly you can walk across. No water will be there. You can imagine in Bhagavan's life, once Bhagavan went to Samudrameri because somebody told there is water there. It is full. So without water, can you call a lake as lake? Shushke neere kaha kasaraha. Then what? Shine vitte kaf parivaraha. Vayasi gadeka kama vicharaha, kama vikaraha. And the person is very old. He can have so much desire, but he cannot satisfy them. So no wealth, very poor. Family will not give him any value. So too, Jnate tattve kah samsara. The moment you know tattvam, tattva jnana is there. Realization happens. No samsara. Samsara ceases. Samsara means suffering ceases. Outwardly things will be happening. Nobody can avoid that. Even if God incarnates, problems will be there. So, inwardly, the ignorance is removed that the world is real, I am the doer, someone is the doer. All this ignorance is removed, then no samsara. So, asare, samsare, this worldly life, the so-called worldly life for which so much is prepared everywhere in the world to keep it alive. This worldly life, those who have woken up, they say it is asara, means meaningless, nonsense. Why? Nija bhajana dure, no bhakti, no jnana vichara, no spiritual life, no genuine true enquiry into the truth. Just eating, drinking, dancing, singing. Sometimes crying, gossiping. So much noise without any meaning. Nija bhajana dure, worthless life. Jadadhiya brahmantam. The buddhi is jadam. The intellect is constantly thinking. Thoughts itself is materialistic. Have you ever observed that? You need not think about matter, but thought itself is matter. That is why Bhagavan said to think is not your real nature. Nishalatatve jivan mukti. Nija bhajana dure. I am not doing Atma Vichara, O Bhagavan. Dure, in great distance from spiritual life. People say we don't have time, we are very busy. Bhartrhari, a great poet, a sage also, he makes fun of such people. He says, what is your life? And in our village, an old man was there. Somebody asked him, how are days? How is your life? In Tamil he said, Velichamarthu Ratri Arthu. Velichamarthu Ratri. He said, sun rises, light comes, then darkness comes, night comes. Light comes, night comes. No, nothing happening. No speciality. So, Adityasya gata gataihi. Sun comes and sun sets. In between, aharaha, every day, samchiyate jivitam. Life is ebbing, going away. Vyapare, the person is very, very busy. That is what we say. people will come to me and will sell. Sometimes they will tell me, sorry, we could not come to the talks. We were so busy. As if they are doing some good to me. Some seva to me. So, we could not come to the talks. So, aharaha, every day life is going away. What are you doing? Vyaparehi bahubhara karya gurubihi. Very, very heavy load work. Bahubhara. Very serious. Morning going and working, something. And very late night coming. And then again morning going. Kalopi na jnayate. One person in Mumbai, he said, I asked him, how is your work in Mumbai? He said, what work? Half of life going in train. The rest half in office. Because he is staying in Kalyan. And then another? VT. Somewhere there, office is there. So almost half the day he has to go in the train. Very interesting. The train itself is a life. Jivitam. There they will do japam, puja, cutting vegetables. And I used to go from Thana to Dombivli in the evening and do pravachanam night and come back by 10-11 o'clock. Return to Thana. So that passenger train is very, very interesting. You have to just stand in the station. They will get you in and push you out. Get you out. One person came with me. I don't know whether I can say that. He came down the train, but his veshti stayed there. Because he got courage by seeing me. Otherwise, they will use only pant. So he asked, how you are managing? So, and in that train, there is whole life. Even I saw, I'm not joking, I saw one person standing and near him was another person putting his hand in his shoulder and finger has come before and doing pranayam. I felt really a reverence for him. Even in that, he is doing that. Actually, Santhyavandhanam. Shariyana pranayam alla. So, every day so busy. Kalopi na jnayate. Time is going. And there is nothing to remind you. So many forces of nature are there to remind you about life. Drishtva, you are seeing that. Drishtva, janma, somebody is taking birth, some child is born. Jara, old age. Vipatti, accident or disease. Maranam, Drishtva, janma, jara, vipatti, maranam. Don't you get a shiver inside you? Fear. Trasascha notpadyate. No trasa. Trasa means fear. A shiver. Why? Pitva mohamayim pramadamadiram. He is drunk. By what? By the wine of heedlessness. He has become so insensitive that the scriptures are there, teachers are there, teaching is there. You are born in a very sacred land, everything is around you, you are heedless. Unmatta bhudam, and intoxicated with ignorance. What to do? So in such a state, insensitivity is spiritual death. That is why Upanishad says Jagrata, Jagrata. Jagrata means wake up. Become alert. So, this is the teaching here. Sankaracharya says Jadamati. The buddhi has become Jada. Brahmantam mamandham. I am blind also. And the world is full of blind people leading blind people. Andhenaiva niyamana yatha andhaha. Father and mother both blind, leading the child who is also blind. Yesterday our Muruga was saying, Kurudum kurutatam adi, kurudum kuyi vizhuvare. It's Tiruvannamalai. Blind and blind, dancing a blind dance, and both falling into the pit. So, Andhenaiva niyamana ita andhaha. Sankaracharya says here, O Parameshwara, Arunachala, Shiva, I am blind. Brahmantam mam, I am wandering, but I am blind. Parama kripaya patum uchitam. By Parama kripa, by the only way I can escape is your grace, kripa. Madanyah ko deenaha. Who else is more in a more pitiable condition than me? If you want to get good name, you have to rescue me. Tava kripana rakshati nipunaha tvadanyaha kovame trijagati sharanyaha pashupate. No one else can do that. So this is a verse from Śivānandalaharī. Okay, now Sankaracharya, where is he? Yes. Ayodhya, then went to Gaya, and from there, in the Gaya forest, Sankaracharya met an elephant. Generally, these male elephants, they walk alone. This group is always female elephants. So this elephant, very gigantic animal, it was walking alone, and it became very, very mild, close with Acharya Shankara. They were staying there in the forest. It became so quiet. So he told that animal, Dhanyositvam ekaki charasi. Oh, you are blessed that you are moving about alone. Pashyamam bahubhiravratam. See, I am always covered by so many people. So many are around me. Ekayeva charet tasmat kumarya iva kankanaha. Bhagavata says, walk alone. So, from there, they further walked and stayed in a place near Gaya, and one brahmachari, Shrutakirti, he was very devoted to Acharya. He served with great Shraddha and Bhakti. He was very dispassionate, Vairagya Purusha, and had listened to Brihadaranyaka Bhashya twice from Padmapadacharya. So he had also listened to the method of practicing Vedanta Vichara from Acharya himself. You listen to the Upanishad Vakya, and as a preparatory thing you analyze contemplate, think about the mantrartha. Vedantartha vicharena jayate jnanam uttamam. Tenatyantika samsara dukkhanasho bhavatyanu. By deeply exploring the Vedanta Vakyartha, the essential meaning of Vedanta, pure knowledge arises and ending of samsara follows. So, after that, the person has to churn out the essence, the Mahavakya, which indicates that what is in you as I is Brahman, is the infinite. It is not body, it is not mind, it is not intellect. It is pure consciousness. After getting this essence, he has to keep his attention on that state, that bhuma, where there is no I, no you, nothing. The pure mauna, nishala. This is nididhyasana. For keeping the mind in that state, any other sadhana, any other supplement can be taken, which will help it. So that is very important. So all that a sannyasi has to know, a sadhaka has to know. So all that he has got from that Guru Parampara. As Acharya had already commenced his mission, Digvijaya, by the time these new seekers joined the group, it was quite rare for them to get a chance to listen to the Bhashya directly from the master himself. One day, this Brahmachari approached Acharya and did a namaskara. You have to find the opportune moment, the right moment when you can ask question. Bhagavan's devotees also, they used to wait when they will get Bhagavan. The right moment. And sometimes the answer will not be forthcoming. Bhagavan will listen and keep quiet. Sometimes the answer will come tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Sometimes you will be talking something, it will be for you. That was the method. So here this Brahmachari is asking Sankaracharya, Lord, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad declares that in deep sleep, the mind subsides in the Atman. This is a great declaration of Vedanta. In deep sleep, the mind has Brahma Sampatti, Sushuptyeka Siddha, as Dashashloki says. And there is nothing other than consciousness. This is the Upanishadic statement. But our experience is what? If we ask what is there in deep sleep, what will we say? Nothing. Many people even said blankness. Who will desire to go to blankness? Morning you wake up, the only expectation is the next sleep. If you can sleep much more, some more time, go inside the blanket. Why are you attracted to that state where nothing exists? See, these children are laughing, smiling. Because all our school, all our education is there to destroy sleep. What is there? Especially for children, see, you not purely Vedantic standpoint, from the yoga standpoint, if you look, for children, sleep is samadhi. Too much vasanas, that kashaya sthiti, etc. will not be there. That is one of the beautiful things that you can see is when a child wakes up. Have you ever observed? When the child wakes up, when a baby wakes up, You have to look at it. It's like a sunrise. It is almost samadhi because the vasana sharira has not woken up. So where can the mind subside? That is why when the children wake up, when good yogis, they wake up, they need not wash their face. It will be shining. 2-3 days back somebody came here. I asked him to go to some other place. Of course, no bath. Not even washing the teeth, brushing the teeth, but no dirt, nothing. Because when the mind is very peaceful, the face is very clear. But old people, elderly people, the so-called educated people, intellectual people, all knowledgeable people, even when they wake up, you look at them without washing their face, you will go and vomit. It's like a dead person coming. So that difference is there. But pure sushupti, now so much of research is happening. What all they call deep sleep, then REM sleep, dreamless sleep, dreaming sleep. All these things are being researched, explored. We are not talking from that standpoint at all. That is from the physical standpoint. But from the spiritual standpoint, the Upanishad says it's a great discussion. In Brihadaranya, in Brahma Sutra Bhashya, it is a discussion, Anandamaya Adhikaran. When the mind goes and merges, is it merging in ignorance? Many people, even in Vedanta, they teach that it merges in ignorance. Ajnana, Karana Sharira. But ultimately, in one sampradaya, it is also said the mind merges in Karana Sharira because it's an answer for you. Because if it is merging in Atma, it has to come out enlightened. It is not coming out enlightened. So what happened? So Bija Nidrayuta Prajna. Mandukya Karika says the Prajna, the state in Sushupti, is Bija Nidrayutaha. There is seed of ignorance there. So it goes and merges there and comes out. That is why it is not enlightened. But it is simply an answer for you. Because you are asking, why I am not enlightened? No. In the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, the argument is entirely different. There, you ask Sankaracharya, why when deep sleep I am not enlightened? Because there neither enlightenment is there nor ajnana is there. No person is there. And somebody asks, Bhagavan, why is there a jnanam in deep sleep? Bhagavan says, ask this question in deep sleep. You will not even understand what Bhagavan says. Because you are asking from waking state. So we say ignorance. Where? Not in deep sleep, in waking state. Because you want jnanam only in waking state, not in deep sleep. In deep sleep, no suffering. So you don't need any jnanam also. There is pure sukham. That is why we wake up and say, it was very happy. Nobody has ever declared that I wake up from blankness. Have you ever felt that you wake up from shunyata? Then nobody will desire to go. You just think about it. See, it will at least give you a clue that every day you are taking a dip into the divine. That itself is great inspiration. Every day, unknowingly, you are taking a dip into the divine. Now you have an answer to tell. I am telling you, I am going to take a dip into the divine. So don't disturb me. Natam bodhayedityahu. As the Shruti says, when the person is sleeping, you should not disturb. Long back, about 25 years or more, somebody known to me was sitting in Bhagwan Samadhi hall, left side wall. He was almost asleep. So I went and touched him, woke him up. At that time there was one Reddy here. He will only speak in Telugu. At last even in Telugu he forgot. Because every person he will say, I don't know. Because he thinks that you are asking in Tamil or English. So he will say, so he was there. So he just made me understand. He told me, no, Brahmahatya. He said, so you should not wake him up, it's Brahmahatya. That much powerful word he used. Because it is Brahman that he is, should not shake him up. And later, see, he does not know Upanishad or anything. The knowledge has seeped so deep within the culture that later on the Upanishad says, Natam bodhayedityahu. Don't wake him, shake him up. Give him sufficient time. So, the Sushupti, that is the thing. Here the person is asking. But in my experience, I am unable to see even a trace of consciousness or anything else there. Nahi kadachit bhagavan sushupte maya chaitanyam anyadva kinchit drishtam. This is Upadesha Sahasri. In deep sleep, Bhagavan, I did not see consciousness or anything there. Then Bhagavad Pada asks, what is the evidence that you do not see anything there? He says, my experience itself is the evidence. Sankaracharya, we say that experience itself is consciousness. That which knows the absence of everything. That knowledge or knowingness, jnapti, itself is the Atman. Yatvam pratishedhasi sa drishtihi tat chaitanyam. With what you are negating everything, that vision, that recognizing power, that cognizing power is Chaitanyam. It is consciousness. This is also Upadesha Sahasri. It is the inner awareness, Kutastha Chaitanya, which is eternal and self-effulgent. In the self, there is no need for a knower or knowledge. Knowing itself is its very nature. Deep sleep, I did not know. We say, and the jnani is aware in deep sleep. This is another statement. So many people, they try to become aware in deep sleep. It is not possible. You try to become aware in deep sleep, you will sleep or you will not sleep. Because you want to become aware in deep sleep. The thing that is there in deep sleep is ever aware of its existence. The moment you recognize it, you become that. Aparilupta Chaitanya Swabhavaha. It is Aparilupta Chaitanyam. It is a Chaitanyam which is ever effulgent. Never is its effulgence, awareness covered, veiled by anything. Nothing can put it off. It is always luminous. There is nothing can make it ignorant. Nothing can cover its light. So, there is nothing other than itself to know that Sahi nityaiva kutastha swayam jyoti swabhava. That which is there, kutastha, the changeless, swayam jyoti swabhava. It is of the nature of swayam jyoti, self-effulgent. It is the inner awareness, kutastha chaitanya, which is eternal and self-effulgent. In the self there is no need for a knower or knowledge. Knowing itself is its very nature. You are that. Just as light and heat are the very nature of sun or fire, awareness and intelligence are the very nature of I or aham. In a slogam. Satvabhasika chitkvavetara sattayahi chit chittayahi aham. Upadeshasaram. What awareness can illumine that? Itarachit ka. Sattayahi chit, as existence, that awareness and I are all same. Sat tayahi chit, chit tayahi aham. All three are one. உள்ளது உணர்வாகும் உந்தீபர உணர்வே நாமாய் உளம் உந்தீபர ஸ்வபோதே ந அந்யபோதேச்சா போதரூபதயா ஆத்மனः ந தீபஸ்ய அந்யதீபேச்சா யதா ஸ்வாத்ம பிரகாசனே. as Atmabodha, Sankaracharya says, in recognizing one's own existence, no other awareness is needed. Swabodhe na anyabodhecha. Bodha rupataya, because the very nature of Atma is bodha, it is consciousness. Na deepasya anyadeepecha, one lamp is not in need of any other light to recognize its existence. It is luminous by its own light. So, listening to Acharya's words for a short while, the experience of the self, pratyabhijñā, spurti, recognition, blazed forth in that brahmachari. So powerful were the master's words that it was impossible to not know when taught by him. In order to fan the powerful spark of enlightenment into the radiant fire of realization, Acharya sent that brahmachari to a mountain cave for nididhyasana. Sit there alone in solitude, just like you have got a spark inside, now you blow it, let it become fire. So, like that, do nididhyasana. Nididhyasana is after Shravana. In Shravana you get a spark and you do contemplation, manana, clarity arises. Then you stay in ekanta sthana and do nididhyasana. Vivek Chudamani, Sankaracharya says, give up all other work and do nididhyasana. Kriyantara saktim apasya kitako dhyayan yathalim hi alibhavam richati. The poetical imagination, it says, just as that small pupa, it stays inside that covering and it is meditating on the butterfly and it comes out as butterfly. Like that, the yogi also, kriyantara saktim apasya, giving up all his involvement with other actions, he meditates and meditates and meditates on Brahman and comes out as Brahman. So, Acharya sent that brahmachari to a mountain cave for nididhyasana. Gradually, Shrutakirti was established in the self and accepted sannyasa. Prajnana Vishnu had been listening to Acharya's words for a long time and had developed intense vairagya. living in the community of saints, that itself nourish vairagya insane. So one day Acharya was sitting in solitude in a thatched hut. All around there was dense and profound stillness. It was almost like a forest area, ekanta sthana. This Prajnana Vishnu, he went to Acharya's hut. Perhaps he was brought bhiksha to Acharya. To serve Acharya, stood at the door and he just said, Bhagavan, O Lord, Bhagwan. From inside, Acharya's divine voice asked, who is there? Who are you? And he said, it is me, O Lord, Prajnana Vishnu. Acharya, repeating the question as if he did not hear the answer, who are you? Kastvam. Again he said, it is me, Lord. Dasosmi, your servant. Again Acharya asked, who is it? Kayesha. He said, I, myself. Then Acharya asked, Koso aham. Who is this I? And this Prajnana Vishnu's attention fell on the I, the aham, that which is shining forth within, and recognized it as Brahman, merged into it. The power of attention was sucked into that current, the pulsation of consciousness, as I was experienced inwardly as the experience of oneness of Jiva and Brahman. Jiva Brahmaikya Rupini Vritti. The thought, pure thought, intuitively recognized that the Jiva here is Brahman. The space within pot is the same as the total space, Mahakasha. Space is never limited by the pot. In the same manner, the I that seems to be limited by the body is actually not the ego. It is the infinite I, the absolute truth, the experience shown forth very clearly within him. Acharya's presence thus became a field for the divine play of grace. Seeing the Chidvilasa, the ease with which Acharya started blessing the disciples with realization, the disciples also, many of them intuitively felt that the end of Acharya's divine incarnation was drawing near. It's just like, Ramakrishna used to say during some celebration, just like Kartike Deepam, this local markets will be full and they will bring many things to sell, and you go to buy the morning, lot of bargaining. You have to do lot of bargaining, still he will not come down. But by the time of night, he will give whatever money you give, he will give. He will sell the thing. Sometimes even he will give free. Like that, this is happening. So, At times he would walk about freely like a boy wearing only a loin cloth. Vedanta Vakyeshu Sadaramantaha. Always inundating in Vedanta Vakya. Bhikshannamatrena Chatushtimantaha. Only Bhiksha is Bhiksha. For keeping the body alive, Bhiksha is taken. Reveling ever in the contemplation of Vedantic utterances, satisfied with food offered as alms, Bhiksha, freed from the grip of grief, Vishokavantaha, Karunaikavantaha, filled with abundant compassion, Kaupinavantah Khalu Bhagyavantaha, he the one who wanders thus clad in a loin cloth is blessed indeed. Bhagavan was like that. Annamalai adiyenai aanda andre avi udal kondai enakkur kurayundu. As Bhagavan says, I am full, nothing is lacking. And he had only one loin cloth, no spare loin cloth, no spare kaupina. One day that kaupina was torn. So he took one thread from that kaupina, used one, you can find that huge thorn inside the forest. He made it a needle, with that stitching that kaupina, he again wore it. In that stage he says, I am full. I don't want anything. Nothing is lacking. Vedanta Vakyeshu Sadaramantaha. Always delighting in studying the Upanishads, contemplating Atma Dhyāna. Just for hunger food. Bhikshannamatrena Chatushtimantaha. No shoka, no grief. And there is immense compassion. Kaupinavantah Khalu Bhagyavantaha. And where is he staying? No house to stay. Moolam taroho kevalam ashrayandaha. Underneath some tree. Panidvaye bhoktumamatrayandaha. His vessel is his two hands. Whatever food he gets. Kanthamiva shrimapi kutsayantaha. Spurning all wealth as mere rags. He, the one who wanders thus, clad in a loin cloth, is blessed indeed. Dehadibhavam parimarjayantaha. No dehabhimana, no ignorance that I am the body. Atmanam atmani avalokayantaha. Beholding the self in one's own heart. Nantam na madhyam na bahismarantaha. Kaupinavantah khalu bhagyavantaha. Swananda bhave paritushtimantaha. Reveling ever in the limitless self. Samshanta sarvendriya vrittimantaha. The movements of senses ever in repose. Aharnisham brahmaniye ramantaha. Delighting night and day in the Supreme Brahman. He is the one who wanders thus. He, the one who wanders thus, clad in a loin cloth, is blessed indeed. Panchaksharam pavanamucharantaha. Patim pashunam hridibhavayantaha. Bhikshashana dikshu paribhramantaha. Kaupinavantah khalu bhagyavantaha. Chanting ever the sacred Namah Shivaya. Meditating on Shiva. Wandering only to get Bhiksha. He, the one who wanders thus, is blessed indeed. This is Kaupina Panchakam. So thus was Acharya wandering there. And one day, his friend, childhood friend Chitsuka, they all saw Sankaracharya absolutely free, light, nothing to do, nothing to attain, nothing to know, nothing specially to speak, no mission, everything over. So the great devotee Chitsuka prostrated to Acharya and asked, Lord, who are you? Somebody asked Bhagavan, who are you? His name is Amritanatha Yatindra. So he asked, Arivanu rukutukam mama hridaye Guru Mahima. In Malayalam he asked, I want to know Guru Mahima, the glory of Guru. Arivanu rukutukam mama hridaye Guru Mahima. And Bhagavan said, Hariyadi daradi varada havarija guhayil Arivairami paramattuman arunachala ramanan. Parival ulamuruganala paranarndidum guhayarnd arivam vili tiravai nijam arivayat veliyam. Arivam vili tiravai. You want to see who is Ramana. You want to see who I am or anyone else. You have to first know yourself. You have to open the eye, the vision of knowledge. Without that, how can you you do not even know who you are. How can you know another person? Narayana Guru was going somewhere. One person asked, who are you? Narayana Guru asked him, what do you feel that I am? He said, I do not know. You are seeing, but I could not understand. Then Narayana Guru said, even by seeing, if you cannot understand, if I tell, how will you understand? So when he asked, who are you? Shiva or Vishnu or who? Then Acharya said, Aham namaro naiva martyo na daityaha na gandharva yaksha pishacha prabhetaha puman naiva nastri tatha naiva shandaha prakrishta prakasha swarupa shivoham. I am not a deva, man or woman, nor a gandharva, yaksha or pishacha, man or woman. I am not man or woman, nor neuter. I am Shiva of the nature of abundant effulgence. Aham naiva balo yuva naiva vruddho navarni naja brahmachari grihastha vanastopi naham na sanyasta dharma jagan jagat janma nashaika hetu shivoham. I am not a boy, youth or old man, a person of a caste I am not, nor brahmachari or grihastha, householder. I am not a vanaprastha, a sadhaka or a sannyasi. I am Shiva, the sole substratum where creation, sustenance and destruction happens. Aham naiva manta na ganta na vakta na karta na bhokta na muktashramastha yata aham manovritti bheda swarupaha tatha sarvavritti pradeepa shivoham. Thinker, mover or speaker I am not. I am not the thinker. Thoughts are coming, but I am not the thinker. The body is moving, I am not the mover. It is speaking, I am not the speaker. Something is being done by the body, I am not the doer. Something is being enjoyed, I am not the enjoyer. I am not muktashramastha. Muktashrama is, sannyasashrama is called muktashrama. The only place where a liberated person can stay. The ashrama means a staying place actually. So it is muktashrama. I am not even that. Nor anything identified with the mind. I am Shiva, the illuminer of all thoughts. Yadakashavat sarvakam shanta rupam param jyotirakara shunyam varenyam yadadyanta shunyam param shankarakyam yadantar vibhavyam tadevaham asmi. That which is all pervading, peaceful, infinite like the Akasha, The effulgence beyond, devoid of form, adorable, beginningless, endless, known as supremely auspicious Shankara, that which is to be conceived with inner vision, that alone I am. I am not anything that is perceived. I am Shiva, the form of consciousness, bliss. Thus declared Acharya. Thus ends the 54th Sopanam. Now, the 55th Sopanam, from Gaya, Acharya is moving towards Bengal, that we will see tomorrow.
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva,
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.